Eric, and we welcome those of you joining us here in Blacksburg, Virginia. Cal and Virginia Tech, really a crucial early season game in the ACC. Both teams on the fringe of the NCAA tournament conversation as the opening tip is knocked out of bounds in the Virginia Tech bench area. And we are underway as both teams looking to bounce back from Wednesday night losses here in the state of Virginia. A tough one in particular for the Hokies as they lost on a last-second three-pointer to Stanford. Pat O'Keefe, Eric Dievendorf with you. Cal, meanwhile, just their third true road game of the season. And Justin Pippen finds the former Hokie, John Camden, who short arms his first attempt.
And Pat, that's what Cal is going to look to do. Set good screens and get their open shooters good looks, but they have to be able to knock them down.
Jalen Bedford into the corner. Jaden Shute, the appropriately named wing for Virginia Tech, and we've got a whistle inside, and that's an offensive foul. The freshman big man, Christian Gerdak, a little too much inside.
Yeah, for Tech, they got to look to impose their will inside and really be super aggressive at the basket.
Yeah, correct myself, it's Amani Hansberry, so an early foul for the best player on Virginia. 1 minute into the game, the Cal starting five. Talked about Justin Pippen, the Los Angeles native, son of the Basketball Hall of Famer Scotty, getting better and better in this his sophomore season. Here's Camden, again, 2 years here in a Hokies uniform over his first two, as Bedford pulls the board.
And a great job by him, pump faking and looking to attack the rim. That's a finish. Don't go away from the rim, go towards it.
Nice backdoor feed, freshman to freshman Abdallas to Christian Gerdak inside.
And Pat, I have a feeling we're going to say Abdallah's name a whole lot. He has great vision. He's an NBA prospect. Great look right there.
On a lot of mock drafts as a projected first-round pick, freshman from Greece. Here's Pippen trying to penetrate this Hokies defense, cut off by Shute. Shot clock winding under 10. Dai Dai Ames, the leading scorer this year for Cal at just over 17 a game. He's going to have to create. The Chicago native loses it, 1 second to fire something up, and he knocks it down.
You can't play much better defense than that. Bedford did a great job, but Dai Dai Ames, he's known for being creative and taking and making tough shots, as you can see it right there.
Played in the Commonwealth last year at the University of Virginia. Throw a double team out of Dallas. And now Bedford bobbled up inside in front of the Cal bench. Gerdak driving against Lee Dort. Left-handed flip is no good, but Hansberry on the offensive boards. They find Shute. Another one for Hansberry. Third time's a charm. Not yet. It'll go to the line for two. John Camden the foul. Mike Young, the head coach, his 7th season in Blacksburg, Prior to that, a lot of success in his 17-year tenure at the Wofford as the head coach.
He couldn't be a nicer guy, right? We sat down with him today at shoot around, and we could just ask some questions, and he's an open book, and he's been around this game 24 seasons. And he's done an incredible job at everywhere he's went.
Had a rough season last year, high hopes this year, and so far so good, despite that tough loss here the other night to Stanford.
And you ask everybody involved with the Virginia Tech program, this year it's simple. They have better players, so he's having much more success, and you see on that last possession, second and third chance opportunities. That's something Cal wants to limit Virginia Tech if they want to win this basketball game.
Cal is the worst rebounding team in the ACC. Pippen turns it over here. A little transition opportunity. Bedford bobbled up. And there's a whistle as he took it to the basket. It's against Dai Dai Ames, his first. Jalen Bedford will go to the line. And Mark Madsen, the Stanford grad in his 3rd season, coaching the rivals of his alma mater. One of 4 NCAA D1 head coaches to have won an NBA championship. He won 2 of them with the LA Lakers.
And both of these coaches, I mean, unbelievable coaches, but even better people. I mean, we talked to both that shoot around, and I was able to get here a day ahead and go to the practices. I mean, more than open to willing to talk, and just not even about the game, just about basketball. And it was great to be able to do that with 2 guys who really know the game.
See the start that Cal is off to, their best in nearly 20 years. Tough start to this one. Dort, though, aggressive move to the basket, pulls Cal within 2.
That's a great sign for Cal. Dort's averaging 8 and 7. He's not going to do that much, but you know, it's an extra thing for Cal if he's able to drive, put his head down, and score at the rim.
Montas Kochinis is already in off the bench for Cal, replacing John Camden. Gives the Bears a little more size on the floor. Here's Bedford trying to create. Hansberry, high arcing shot. Pippen grabs the rebound.
And he's capable of hitting that jumper, but for Cal, I think they'll settle for that rather than him being around the rim. He's an efficient player around the rim. He has to be able to look to play inside out.
Kochinis sets a screen for Pippen. He's got some range. Dallas 6'9", can create inside. Look at the moves by the freshman. Second field goal for Christian Gerdak.
How about the footwork right there by the big man Gerdak? But you already see what Cal is doing defensively. They're trying to hedge it high and make him play side to side and away from the rim, but he's such a great passer. Great job getting in there. Great finish.
Gerdak making his 5th start of the season. Trying to get Chris Bell free along the baseline, and that's got to feel good. Last game for Chris Bell, his first scoreless game of the season.
Not only did he not score the ball, but he didn't get a rebound. At 6'7", you have to be able to get at least 4 or 5 rebounds. He has to be aggressive on the glass and look to be aggressive getting to the basket.
Spent his last 3 years playing for Syracuse, your alma mater. And here's Shoot trying to get free, and if you give him any amount of space, he can do that to you.
And Pat, usually he's just a catch and shoot guy, but right there, a little pump fake up and under, getting his feet under it, and knocking it down, and you hear him talking a little bit.
5-point advantage for Virginia Tech, their largest so far. Pippen trying to turn the corner to the rack, and a strong finish inside with the right hand.
And Pippen really excels at getting to the basket. He's a great playmaker. Great job getting to the bucket, finishing with the right.
Dad, an NBA legend, and son, an NBA player. So we've got a timeout on the floor, and a good start here for the home team.
And how about Gerdak? Big fella showing the spin cycle, finishing with the right hand. And how about Shoot? He's not just a catch and shoot, knocking it down.
That led to our first media timeout. That has been resolved, and we are back to action. Virginia Tech, Ben Hammond in the game, off the bench, along with Tobi Lawal. And Pippen a little overzealous there. The reach-in against Avdalas.
And Pat, if you're Pippen, you want to be physical with Avdalas. You want to be able to get up in him and be physical, but obviously you got to watch your hands. And for Virginia Tech, you see Hammond coming in the game. It allows Avdalas to play off the ball and become more of a scorer and look to attack.
Avdalas is 6'9". He can score. He can play make. Shoots already knocked down 1, make it 2 from the corner, right in front of the Bears bench.
And how about that set right there from Tech? A little misdirection, and while that Shoot's running the baseline, great find by Hammond, and you got to know where Shoot is. He's a knockdown shooter.
Mike Young told us this morning they want to find Shoot some good rhythm shots today. They've already found him 2 as Dai Dai Ames right to the heart of the defense.
And I tell you what, Pat, that crossover right there was lethal. He left Hammond in the dust, and he's one of the best in the ACC with the ball in his hands.
Inside and outside, averaging over 17 points a game, 43% on threes as well. He's really found a home in Northern California. Hammond splits the defense. Lawal, that's not really his game to shoot the open shot as his pocket picks, and a foul against Dai Dai Ames, and that could be his second. Second foul against Dai Dai Ames, and here's that previous three-pointer where they set up Shoot.
And a great misdirection right there and swinging it back to Hammond, and Hammond finding Shoot running the baseline. And like we said before, if you leave him open, you might as well count it. he's off to a great start for Virginia Tech.
He scored the Hokies' last 6 points. Now here's Lawal at the free throw line. He's been a big story for the Hokies this season when he's in and when he's out. As he hits the first free throw, returned on Wednesday for the first time since November 26th. You see what they do with him and what they did without him. He's usually in the starting lineup. They're still working him back into the rotation, but they are a much different team with the uber athletic Tobi Lawal.
Well, I'll take a guy that has a 50-inch vertical all day. He's averaging 9 rebounds. His head and shoulders above the rim, and he's an improved shooter, but what he does best is attack the rim and play around, and Virginia Tech is super happy to have him back on the floor playing.
DJ Campbell, just in the game, a senior from Hampton, Virginia. Knocked out of the hands of Lawal on the putback by Dort.
And last game for Cal against Virginia, they had 0 offensive rebounds, so it's a good sign when Dort is active on the glass and able to finish it with the putback.
That's a huge point of emphasis for Mark Madsen today, hitting the boards on both ends of the floor because they were out-rebounded and out-muscled by Virginia on Wednesday.
Well, Cal is the worst rebounding team in the ACC, and Virginia Tech is one of the best.
Dallas using that 6'9" frame of his, too strong, out of bounds to Cal. So Hansberry, obviously a load to contain on the boards. There's the numbers you're talking about in ACC play, a -16 rebound margin for the Bears. And +3 for the Hokies. Ames, 43% downtown, and he gets the roll.
Pat, Ames is feeling comfortable back in his home state, Virginia. Well, he's from Chicago, but he played in Virginia, and he's just doing a great job attacking the basket. And then when you lay off a little bit, he's able to knock down that three-point shot.
That one's thrown not into the Cal bench area, over it, out of bounds, a turnover. Dai Dai Ames came back to face his former team the other night, dropped 18 on them, and he's picking up where he left off this afternoon.
He's having an unbelievable season. He's upped his scoring average from last season, almost 10 points. He's crafty with the ball. He's able to get to the rim and also knock down the three-point shot. Ames has been having a great year for Cal.
Quick trip to the bench for Dai Dai Ames. Averages about 31.5 minutes a game. Cal, after a slow shooting start, 2 for their first 5, they've made 5 of their last 6. T.T. Carr, impressive-looking freshman point guard. He and Campbell sharing the backcourt right now. It's been a good start for Lee Dort.
And Pat, what T.T. Carr does for Cal is let Pippen play off the ball and be more of a scorer instead of a playmaker.
Kochinis trying to be a playmaker there. Finds Carr, shot clock dwindling, and Campbell knocks down the 3, an 8-0 run to give the Bears the lead.
And how about Campbell coming in, and he's been playing limited minutes, but he's aggressive, looking to get to the basket, and right there you see him knocking down the open three-point shot.
Nearly 8 minutes gone by here, first half, and there's a whistle inside against the Bears. It's against Mantas Kochinis, a sophomore from Lithuania. Christian Gerdak taking the brunt of that. Already 5 team fouls for Cal, so you can see how much more physically they're playing.
We talked about it in the beginning. They have to match Virginia Tech's physicality, and they've done that so far.
Bedford off a curl.
Probably not the best look for Bedford. Defenders trailing, you want to look to attack the rim and get to the basket.
Cal the momentum right now, the backdoor feed. Pippen left open, step behind the arc, buries it. Justin Pippen, Cal 11 straight points, they have their largest lead.
And T.T. Carr made that happen. How about probing on the baseline, kicking to the corner, great extra pass to Pippen, and Pippen knows what to do with it, knocking it down.
Crowd here in Blacksburg trying to spur on their Hokies during this slow start. Lawal cut off. Bedford will try again, nearly the same spot. And they're going to let that one run. A good start for the Bears, coming off a lop. Didn't shoot. Off to a good start from beyond the arc for Virginia Tech. But you see what Cal has done since the 13:49 mark. They have the basketball out of that timeout. Mantas Kochinis has given Mark Madsen some good minutes early on. Milos Ilic has also checked in off the bench for the Bears as Madsen continues to go with the two big man alignment. And that's out of bounds off the foot of Carr. He wants Madsen to review. And they are going to challenge it. So Mark Madsen, obliging the request of his freshman guard, T.T. Carr, is challenging the
Previous
out-of-bounds call
play for
there.
out of bounds is under review.
So Cal wanted to keep this early momentum. You know, we spoke with Mark Madsen after their shoot-around this morning, which was a very short shoot-around. And the reason for that, look, they came east, obviously not easy to do as we take another look at this last play. And right there, it looks to me anyway like it hits the left ankle of Lawal.
Yeah, that's California ball. That's off Tobi right there. And you don't see guys use challenges this early often, but when it's that clear,
you better be right. You don't want to lose it this early. But Cal comes east for the first time this year. They've been playing well. They lose to Virginia 84-60. And Madsen told us they got after it the last 2 days. Hard practices, practicing, crashing the boards, being more physical. And I think we've seen that so far this afternoon.
Yeah, they've done a great job of matching Texas
Previous
physicality.
play, the challenge is successful. It will be California's ball on the baseline. 9 seconds left on the shot clock.
So they'll keep it 9
retains its
seconds on
challenge.
the shot clock. Mark Madsen, a successful challenge for him. Madsen, his third year at Cal after 4 years as the head coach at Utah Valley, and off the inbounds, Pippen short arms it. Now the shot clock doesn't reset. They've got to get it off. Do they recognize 3 seconds to get it up? And Coachiness fires, and that's not going to hit the rim either. So a shot clock violation after all that.
And besides that possession, Cal's been doing a great job offensively, moving the ball and off those closeouts, attacking the rim, drawing the defender, and then being able to kick it for open looks. Great job right there by V-Tech.
Hokies have gone cold. They have not had a field goal in over 4 minutes.
Cal's doing a great job of hedging, making V-Tech play further away from the rim.
A turnover by the Hokies will give it back to Cal. And again, off the appendage of Lawal, but this time it's a little more clear, no review necessary.
Pat, that's just Cal being aggressive. They're being active defensively. They're getting up in Tech stuff, and they're making them play.
Carr penetrating, stops at the foul line. And again, we've seen the range that Pippen has on that jumper. They leave him wide open. Rushed it a little, perhaps. Good back tap, though. And a fresh 20. Pippen all the way to the basket. Can't finish. Lawal comes down with it, and it's taken from him. Saved. Coachiness, what a play inside. Pippen, no. Coachiness, no. And a late whistle and a foul call. And unlike the other night, it is Cal all over the offensive boards.
And even though they didn't finish, you're going to get those foul calls because you're being consistent with the physicality and being aggressive at the rim. Great job by Pippen, even though he didn't finish, of being aggressive, attacking the basket, drawing the defense, and great job by Cal's big man to be able to get that offensive rebound.
Montes Coachiness heads to the line. He's only attempted 2 free throws all season. 6'11" sophomore from Lithuania. And we're excited about this. Coming up next, freshman phenom Caleb Wilson in 17th ranked North Carolina hosts Wake Forest. That's at 6 Eastern. And then immediately following that game, we will debut our documentary chronicling the 1993 National Championship winning UNC team led by Dean Smith. You'll get never before seen footage and interviews with players and coaches, both right here on ACCN and the ESPN app. There's the matchup tonight, Wake, UNC. I would say it's a big game in the ACC. The way things are shaping up this year, Eric, they are all big games.
And the ACC has definitely stepped up their play overall as a conference this year, and every game is brutal. So when you go on the road and you're thinking you got to win, you better think again. It's going to be a tough one.
Virginia Tech scoreless with 3 turnovers over the last 4 minutes of game action. It's a 6-point lead. Hammond Pestered by Carr. They would love to get Shoot another open look. Shot clock under 10. And Hansberry's got to let it fly. That's not the shot I got to think, Eric, they want.
Well, Cal's doing a great job of pushing him away from the rim. Virginia Tech has to find a way to get Hansberry the ball closer to the basket.
Way out. Underneath, Dort to the basket. Pippen found him.
And that's on Bedford right there. He has to be able to see that from the weak side and come over earlier, and Dort wouldn't have a wide open dunk.
It is a 14-0 run for Cal. Lot of action there. Nothing doing for Hammond. The Bears on the run, a 2-on-2. Crowd not liking the officiating at the moment. Pippen no, and this one's going the other way against John Camden. And this last play with Pippen and Dort was a thing of beauty.
And how about the read right there by Pippen? But Bedford has to come over earlier and look to stop Dort. He was late, and Dort has the wide open dunk.
Meanwhile, that was the second foul against John Camden. Came out, missed his first 2 shots, went to the bench. Now he has 2 fouls. So not the return to Blacksburg he was looking for so far.
A little pressure by Cal right there, but I like what they're doing so far defensively, pushing Virginia Tech away from the rim, and that's what Virginia Tech has to do right there, get Hansberry the ball inside the paint.
Dallas has been quiet so far. Bedford's going to let it fly. Bears are all over the glass.
And that's Bedford's 3rd three-point attempt that 0 makes. He has to do a better job of looking to attack the basket and create something up the drive.
Carr running the offense right now with Pippen on the bench. Here's Camden. This is what he does. Sets his feet. No good. There's a whistle underneath, and this is again against the Bears.
Pat, who would have thought that we were saying maybe Cal's being a little bit too physical, but great job by Coach Madsen really emphasizing that to his team, and they've been doing a great job so far in this first half.
Yeah, perhaps too physical because that's their 7th team foul. So now Virginia Tech in the bonus for the remaining 8+ minutes of this first half. Jaden Shoot got a frequent visitor to the free throw line this season, 11 out of 14. That ends the run tonight at 9 Eastern right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. The Nothing But Net crew will break down the day in the ACC with highlights and analysis of every men's game and look ahead to all the best matchups on the schedule in the upcoming week. First points for Virginia Tech in over 6 minutes, courtesy of Jaden Shoot at the free throw line. Crowd trying to spur on the Hokies. They're 1-2 in conference play. And this one is going to go against Bedford. Foul on the floor. Frustrations inside the arena for the home crowd so far, but all good as far as Mark Madsen and the Cal Bears go, as they have a 6-point lead on the road here in the first half. Here and now a slow start. 24-18, Cal on top, and you see what has gone on their last 4 games. These games not for the faint of heart for Virginia Tech fans. Meanwhile, going to break, there was a foul against Jalen Bedford. They did take a look at it to see if it would be upgraded to a flagrant foul. It remained a common foul, and out of the timeout, Cal stays red hot as Nolan Dorsey buries the 3.
And that's how Cal is going to win games on the road. Everybody has to step up and contribute as a unit. Dorsey coming in off the bench and knocking down the corner 3.
A 9-point lead. Hansberry hasn't gotten on track. Shoot has a couple of threes. One and done for the Hokies.
But it was a good possession for Tech, getting the ball into the high post to Hansberry, where he's a good decision maker, kicking it out to Shoot, who's been hot so far in this first half, just not knocking that one down.
Camden with 2 fouls. Back out there for Cal. Shot clock winds under 10. Shoot jumps out at Ames. Carr pulls the offensive rebound. Keeps it on the baseline himself. Hansberry will send him to the free throw line.
How about T.T. Carr in the offensive rebound and then going back attacking Hansberry. Great job by Ames right there, penetrating, touching the paint and getting it out the doors. He's coming off the bench and he's ready to go, knocking down the corner three. And then T.T. Carr right there off the offensive rebound. Just being aggressive to the rim, looking to attack, drawing the foul, opportunity for 2 shots.
And quite notably, the second personal foul for Amani Hansberry. So he's going back to the bench. Tobi Lawal replaces him. So Hansberry, a quiet start for him this afternoon, coming in on that stretch of 4 consecutive double-doubles. 19-2 extended run here for Cal has given them their largest lead of the game, and after Carr grabs the offensive rebound and hits 2 free throws, he goes to the bench for Pippen.
Really the difference for Cal is just the energy and effort and the activity. You see right here in the full court press, they're active, they're flying around, and they're making it hard for Virginia Tech offensively.
Hammond now running point. Scored 14 points Wednesday against Stanford.
Virginia Tech has to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And that's a good, aggressive drive by Neo of Dallas. They're going to count the basket and a chance at a 3-point play.
And Pat, we know he's a great distributor, but at points in the game when you see the offense is struggling, you see him turning the corner, using that 6'9" frame, playing through the contact, finishing with an opportunity for an and one. They have to look for him to be more aggressive, scoring the basketball, which opens up opportunities for his teammates.
Second foul against Nolan Dorsey. More than anything, it gets Virginia Tech back on some stable ground after that 19-2 run.
Absolutely, and again, Cal has just been doing a great job defensively, making Virginia Tech play far away from the basket.
Hammond picks the pocket to the basket, counted in 1, and another chance at a 3-point play. And some signs of life for the home team late in the first half.
And that's the spark you need if you're Virginia Tech. Turn defense into offense, and Hammond is one of the quickest guards out there. Great job getting in the passing lane with the offhand, and then he's 5'10", but he's finishing like he's 6'5", an opportunity for an and one.
Foul starting to mount on both sides. That's the second foul against Justin Pippen. So 2 fouls on some key personnel on both sides now. See if Hammond can finish the 3-point play. He can. One of the leading free throw shooters in the ACC. Crowd starting to get loud. Back to a 6-point Cal lead.
Cal has to look to get back to moving the basketball and getting cleaner looks for their shooters.
Bell coming off that curl. Wants to use the Dort screen. Throws it away. Of Dallas. Let's watch him create an open space right at Pippen, who's got 2 fouls. And that's a goaltend. Count the basket. Madsen wants to know if he should challenge this one. They're going to give him a little grace period. Taking a quick look at the iPad on the Stanford bench, and we play on. Boy, he's animated, just like as a player.
You're not going to have 2 challenges in the first half, but if you're Virginia Tech and you're struggling in the half court, now you're turning defense and offense, getting out in transition and not having to play against that set half-court defense every single time.
Hokies answering that 19-2 Cal run with a 7-0 run of their own. And that's an offensive foul going the other way. Lee Dort moving on the screen, turns the ball over to the Hokies.
Pat, I don't know what Mike Young said to his players, but the momentum has shifted a little bit. You can feel it here in the arena, and the energy and effort on Virginia Tech's side has definitely changed and went up a couple notches.
Campbell in, Ames out. Pippen's on the floor, guarding up Dallas with 2 fouls. Being very aggressive here. closeout by Bell on shoot. Dallas checks his feet. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Dallas again. Slip pass. Lawal, look out!
How about that right there? 50-inch vertical shown off live and in person. Great find by Neo right there. And Tobi Lawal knows what to do with it.
If the crowd wasn't back into it before that, they're all the way back now. A 9-0 run, Virginia Tech. Campbell trying to keep the handle in the hands of Pippen. And this one is against the Hokies. No, it's not, excuse me.
And Pat, if this one doesn't get you off your feet, I don't know what to tell you. You're not a basketball fan. Great read right there by Neo and Tobi Lawal. If you get in the way of that, you're going to get dunked on. Looking in the rim.
You round it up, and I think that's okay. Officially, it's a 49.5-inch vertical. He's got time to work on that other half-inch. Meanwhile, it was another offensive foul against Montas Kochinas, his second. 2-point game, fouls mounting up. And as I say that, there's another. And Virginia Tech in the double bonus. Kochinas called for his third in his limited action so far off the bench.
And Lawal doing a great job of not settling. And the whole Virginia Tech team for this rest of this half should look to attack the basket. Don't settle for a three-point shot or any jumpers. You're in the bonus, attack the closeouts, and look to get to the rim strong.
So Lawal, 6'8" senior from London, England, has a chance to tie the game. After Cal led by as many as 11 points here in the first half.
And I tell you what, I played with a guy, or against a guy named Gerald Green, who played in the NBA for a while, and he was probably the highest jumper I ever saw in person, but this guy, Tobi Lawal, I mean, I tell you what, he probably beats Gerald Green out for that.
First tie since it was 2-2. 29-29. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's Pippen trying to get that momentum back for his team. Working the two-man game with Dort, who rolls off target there. And Gerdak comes away with it.
Pippen probably could have took the shot himself right there. He did a good job of just getting in the paint.
Hammond underneath, Gerdak, mismatch, turns, can't finish. Campbell looking to push, he's got Pippen wide open on the left wing, finally finds him. Perhaps a little too late. Look at the effort inside, leads to a Dort follow. Again, it was T.T. Carr getting up to keep the possession alive. After a sluggish start for the home team, we've got a ball game as Virginia Tech has pulled even with Cal.
ACC in turnovers, only averaging 9.5 turnovers a game, and you already have 5. Or excuse me, 7 in the first half.
So Lee Dort, senior from Dallas, puts an end to that 11-0 run, puts Cal back on top for the moment. A 69% free throw shooter.
But Pat, when you're on the road, if you're Cal, you got to expect this, right? Basketball is a game of runs. There's going to be a lot of highs and lows, but you got to be able to stay steady and continue to move the ball on the offensive side.
Here's some full court pressure. And this proved to be successful earlier for Cal. So Justin Pippen is out there with 2 fouls. Hammond trying to create, he's cut off. Campbell trying to run with Avdalas. They throw 2 at him.
Great job right there by Cal by pushing them all the way out by half court and forcing the turnover. And Tech has done a great job of settling down, but that was a bad offensive possession right there, but good defensively by Cal.
Pippen looking to push it up, trying to catch the Hokies defense napping perhaps.
They just have to have more pace with the ball. Snap the ball, don't pass and let it stick.
Another offensive rebound, Elich. Put back no, but he goes to the line.
How about these Cal bigs, Pat? We already have 8 offensive rebounds in the first half. We're coming against Virginia where they didn't have any. Great job by Cal's front court of just being aggressive and being active around the basket.
Not just the bigs, TT Carr's got a couple himself.
Yeah, 5'10", getting in there against the big dogs.
He snuck inside a few times, kept possessions alive.
Well, it's just about being active, right? And not being stagnant. Don't watch the ball. You want to be able to attack the ball. And just doing that, you're going to create opportunities for yourself and your teammates.
Amani Hansberry back in. He's got 2 fouls. Worth watching. It's been a quiet start to the game for Hansberry. Just 2 points and 3 rebounds. Elich hits them both, and Cal has scored the last 4 from the free throw line.
And if I'm Tech right now, I'm looking to get Hansberry involved right away, whether it be a flash to the high post where he can make a decision or a cross screen that can get him closer to the hoop.
Nice find there. Bedford hasn't had the shot going until now as he cans the 3.
You got to love the confidence of Bedford. He didn't make his first 3, but he doesn't lack any confidence in knocking down the corner.
UNLV last year. Carr, a little hesitation. Let's see if Pippen looks for Dort again. Dort shielding off the defender. Campbell couldn't finish, but Dort's wide body making things happen inside.
And even though Campbell hasn't been finishing at the rim, I've been super impressed at him just head down, being aggressive to the basket. He's drawing the defender, and then he's letting his big fellas clean up for him.
Less than 2 minutes until halftime, and this illegal screen is going the other way against Tobi Lawal.
And that's all caused by the pressure that Campbell is putting on Neal right there up top, not letting him have any space. It's a great job by Cal defensively pushing him out, but Bedford, who hasn't hit a 3, like we said, doesn't lack any confidence knocking it down. And how about Campbell just being aggressive to the rim, drawing defenders, and letting his big guys clean up for him.
Big minutes in the first half for TT Carr. Passed on the open look. Pippen penetrating, left open.
Pippen's done a great job of being aggressive. He's getting some open opportunities. He just hasn't been able to knock them down. I really like what TT Carr is doing, letting him play off the ball, being more aggressive, looking to score.
7 points, he's had to work for it. Justin Pippen on 10 field goal attempts. I think there's another issue with the clock. They ran 1 second off of the shot clock. So Lawal will inbound again.
We've had a lot of issues so far in this first half with the clock.
Under 90 seconds until halftime. Hammond run into, knocked out of bounds by Elich.
Cal's bigs are doing a great job of not letting Hammond turn that corner. Great extra step, just pushing him to that sideline.
Second for Cal, 21, Nolan Dorsey.
Look right now for Tech to get some high-low action with Lau and Hansberry. You see him in the horn set right now, the dive and pop. It's too far away from the rim.
And that's what you need sometimes from your star player.
And look, it's a tough shot. He can make those, but you can't sustain playing like that a whole game.
Stepped on the sideline, TT Carr turns it over. Gives it back to Virginia Tech with an even 45 seconds to play.
Hansberry's They've been making it tough for him all game. He really hasn't had any opportunities at the basket, but great job right there, just making a tough foul line jump shot.
Hammond splits the defenders right to the basket. All Ben Hammond there.
Pat, really, that was the first time Cal let Virginia Tech's guard split. Great job right there. Hammond is just so quick, and I tell you what, he shrugs his shoulders a little bit, and he is fearless getting to the rim, finishing with that left hand. Another opportunity for an and one for him. Pat, this has been a fun first half. They've really been equal as far as the physicality goes and the runs. Both teams have gone on some runs, and this is setting up to be a great game going into the second half.
Well, we're tied at 37. John Camden back in for this offensive possession for the Bears. Camden scoreless in 6 minutes so far. He's made a three-pointer in every game so far this season.
And for a shooter to get open shots, turn yourself into a screener. Your defender helps. Now you can pop and get an open look for three.
He's in that position right now at the top of the key. Pippen running some clock. We're under 10 on the shot clock as he gets into his move. They force him out wide. Camden trying to get free. They're doing a good job bottling him up. 1 second to shoot. He's got a fire. Nearly hits. Shot clock is off. 1 second. Shoot at the horn. In and out. Boy, wouldn't that have been appropriate the way this first half went? That's a big first half for Lee Dort. 10 points and 4 rebounds. Jaden Shoot hit a couple of early three-pointers. Bedford no good inside. There's the 5th rebound for Dort. And Cal, and I think this is the biggest factor so far, Eric, all over the boards.
All over the boards. They have more offensive rebounds than Virginia Tech has overall rebounds. Great job right there finding Chris Bell off the curl, and that's what he does. He knocks down threes and an opportunity for a 4-point play. We don't say that often, Pat.
It's funny, Chris Bell, scoreless the other night, hit an early basket, quiet the rest of the first half, and now an early 3 here in the second.
Well, he's such a great shooter, but what he has to do, he has to be able to create separation off of that screen. So sprint off of that screen, create that separation, and get an open look, and that's exactly what he did right there.
So a big 4-point play. Bell is just about a 90% free throw shooter. Cal has his 4-point advantage back.
How about Pippen just making it tough for Neal even to bring the ball up.
Throw a double at Hansberry. Bedford left open. He hasn't found that range but once so far this afternoon. He's now 1 for 5 from deep.
Yeah, and he has to be able to play off that long closeout and attack it.
Something worth watching in the second half. The host of players on the floor as Bell has started hot. The host of players on the floor on both sides who are playing with 2 fouls.
A great sign for Cal, getting Chris Bell going. He's averaging almost 15 points on the year, but he has to be aggressive looking for his shot and not play hesitant on the offensive side of the ball.
A 6-0 Chris Bell run to begin the second half, putting Cal up by 6, and an answer there. And Bedford paid for that. He hit the floor hard, but finished with the left hand.
This is what we talked about on that previous possession. Attack the closeout, be aggressive getting to the rim. Great job by Bedford finishing.
Here's Bell, they're looking for him again. Dallas not giving him much space to operate. Bell feeling it right now. A little bit of a heat check there. Here's Shoot, you don't want to leave him open. Over the backboard and out of bounds.
Shoot, he's going to have his opportunities more so in transition, trying to get ahead of the defense. And if he's getting open looks in half court, that means Virginia Tech is doing a great job of screening their man.
Here's Pippen inside the paint, looking for Bell again. They'd love to get John Camden going, too.
Well, that's a shot right there for Chris Bell. He has to shoot the basketball.
Loses the handle on a late whistle and a foul. Christian Gerdak. And the crowd here does not agree.
Well, here's my thing. You should have shot the first one when you had the opportunity to do it. Now you just make it more difficult on yourself when you have the defender right on you. Bedford doing a great job of just getting in there. And lucky for Cal, they got the foul call.
Now it's a second personal foul against Jalen Bedford. Trying to stick with Dai Dai Ames here. Shot clock down to 4. Ames has to create. He can do that. Tough shot. And he draws the foul with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
I don't know about that one. That was a foul call. But Cal has to do a better job of getting their ball movement. Right now, at the start of the second half, they're playing too much iso ball. We know Dai Dai Ames can create by himself, but again, that's a tough way to play the whole game. You want to be able to get some movement and then be able to play off the rotations and the closeouts.
First foul on shoot. 2 shots for Ames. Ames 7 points in the first half. Last season at Virginia, this season in Cal, and as we said earlier, he has really found a home in Mark Madsen's program. His numbers up across the board.
And I think it was tough last year for everyone on Virginia with the departure of Tony Bennett and Sanchez taking over right before the year. So we weren't really situated as a team, but Ames looks comfortable here at California.
Dallas coast to coast and showing off that handle at 6'9" that has him on many NBA mock draft lists.
Well, Pat, I just think for Dallas and Virginia Tech, we talked about how he can play make and be a distributor, but you make yourself a better distributor when you're aggressive looking to score the basketball. You're just going to open up opportunities for your teammates when you're aggressive looking to score.
4 points for Dallas in the first half. Second weekend of ACC play, and we've had wall-to-wall action so far. Coming up next, freshman phenom Caleb Wilson and 17th ranked North Carolina host Wake Forest. That's at 6 Eastern. And immediately following that one, we'll debut our documentary chronicling the '93 National Championship team for UNC, led by Dean Smith. Never before seen footage and interviews from players and coaches right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
Pat, if you're Dallas and you're aggressive getting to the basket, you're going to have opportunities at the free throw line. But when you get there, you have to be able to knock them down. And he's only a 69% free throw shooter on the year.
Here's that last sequence. Dallas has missed a couple from the line today. T.T. Carr called for the foul there, so we'll keep possession with Virginia Tech. This was tied at halftime. Cal scored the first 6 points of the second half. Tobi Lawal, and that's going to be number 4 on the backup big man coaching us.
We talked to Coach Madsen, and he told us that he wants his Cal team to be physical, but when it starts getting into where you're getting in foul trouble, you have to be able to be aware of that.
We'll go right back to Lawal, who cuts to the basket. Couldn't handle it initially.
Great job by T.T. Carr getting over there.
Hansberry open this time. Lawal. Second time no good. Lawal still battling inside. It's loose, and it'll stay with the Hokies.
Pat, Cal's okay with Hansberry taking those threes. We know he's capable of knocking it down, but he's a much more effective player when he's playing free throw line and in for Virginia Tech.
He's a 50% shooter, which is 31% from deep. There's a reach in against Bell, and those fouls are starting to mount again for Cal. We're not even at the first media timeout, and they've already got 4.
Chris Bell right there for Cal. Force of Dallas back into the screen. He loves to reject the screen, but you got to be able to be on that hip and force him to play into that pick and roll.
So Bell goes to the bench. Had a quick start to this second half. That's just his first foul. And they pick the pocket of Bedford. It's Dort with the quick hands. They've got numbers if they hurry. Here's Carr. Ames was camping out in the corner. Good job by Virginia Tech to get back.
Great decision right there by T.T. Carr just to get it back out and set up the play.
DJ Campbell back in. Carr again lines that one up. Lawal's leaping ability is impressive. Dallas bottled up, and this time Hansberry right to the basket.
And that's more like it right there. You catch it right there, make a decision, decisive, put your head down and be aggressive. Look at those big shoulders right there. They're bouncing off of you, big man.
6 points for Hansberry. Cal answer. Shot clock under 10. Campbell indecisive. Numbers. Abdallas has shoot. Sets the feet. Good closeout there. Back to Abdallas. Ball movement. Corner. 3. Good. Tied at 45. 6-0 run for the Hokies. And a toss again. Carr. Good cross-court pass. Finding Ames in the corner. Nolan Dorsey back in the game for the Bears. Ames pulls up mid-range. And Lawal out-jumps everyone.
Just another tough shot for Cal. Really no ball movement at all in that possession. Virginia Tech's been doing a great job of getting out in transition and creating offense that way.
It was Bedford who hit that 3 from the corner on their last possession, leading to the Bears' timeout. Abdallas finds him again. This time he'll try the other side. No, fakes it and puts it on the floor. 1 second to shoot. Abdallas has to fire. And George grabs another rebound.
It's an unbelievable pass right there by Abdallas. And Bedford playing off the close-up. But good job by Cal, just being active and hustling. Getting hands up on the shot.
Ames spins away from Abdallas and switches to the left hand. Wow.
You know what, Pat? Sometimes you just have to put it in one of your best players' hands and tell him to go ahead and make a play. What a tough finish right there by Ames.
Abdallas has time this time. It's an air ball, though. Possession saved. Shot clock continues to tick. And we have a foul against Cal. And that will be their their 15th foul. Tight game, second half in Blacksburg. Cal nursing on the ESPN app. Going to break, Lee Dort, who's having a phenomenal game, picked up his 4th foul. Montas Kochenis also with 4 fouls. So those are 2 of the 3 big men for the Bears. For the break, shoot. So Cal has Milos Ilic at center.
Pat, is the next man up mentality. Cal's been doing it as a unit. Now Milos has to come in and keep that physicality going and look to be aggressive when he gets the ball around the rim.
Pippen turns the corner on shoot, burrows his way through, but he can't finish.
So many of those opportunities around the rim, he just hasn't been able to finish them.
Lawal will fire for the corner. TT Carr's had a lot of responsibility this afternoon. Nearly throws that one away. Still 17 on the shot clock.
Right idea by Carr. Good job by keeping handling on his hip. But if he doesn't get in front of the ball, keep attacking the rim. Get downhill.
Chris Bell back in. Dorsey to the bench. Hansberry goes to the bench for Virginia Tech. And again, Hansberry playing with his 2 fouls from the first half. Here's Bell, who came out and scored 6 straight to begin the second half and finishes there.
And Cal, their big men are known to be able to pass the ball. And good job right there by Chris Bell setting up the back door and Milos hitting them on the action.
Huge lift from Bell. 8 of his 10 points here in the second half as Christian Gerdak draws contact, going right to the basket.
Great job by Bell recognizing the overplay by Abdallas, and then Milos putting them right on the money right there, and Bell finishing at the rim. Bell has to do a better job of being aggressive, and when he has opportunities to shoot the shot, you have to take it.
So here's the freshman big man, Christian Gerdak, starting his 5th game of the season. He's kind of moved into the starting lineup when Lawal was out for about a month. Lawal's back. He's coming off the bench for now. The plan is to reinsert him at some point into the starting lineup.
Gurdek's been really good for Virginia Tech. He's averaging about 6 and 5, but he's being a presence around the rim. He's using his strong physical body, and he's doing what the coach is asking him to do.
Pippen trying to get free. Shot clock under 10. Shoot working hard defensively. Too strong from Pippen, but Lawal came down on the baseline, so another chance for Cal.
And you see right there, Pippen just kind of puts his head back a little bit. He's doing a great job of into the rim, and he's got about 3 or 4 of those are just rimmed out. He has to be able to finish it when he gets that close.
He'll go to work again this time. The mid-range working for Justin Pippen.
Well, what I love about Pippen is he's just going to keep going. He's not worried about, a couple missed layups. He's continuing to be aggressive, and that's what Cal needs him to be, is aggressive.
9 points for the sophomore point guard from Los Angeles.
Great job by Camden getting in there on Gurdek.
Tech has missed its last 5 from the field. Can Camden get going? Not with that one. Hammond trying to spin his way away from Ames. Elich poking at it.
Trying to do too much right there.
Now Dallas shielding off the defender with his body. He can't finish it. Gets it back though. Power dribble inside. And back to a 2-point game.
Yeah, he already has the advantage at the guard spot. He's 6'9", so if he's just aggressive to the rim, he's going to be able to get his shot off. Now it's up to him to be able to finish, but great job continuing to play.
Ames using his size advantage against Hammond. He doesn't usually have a size advantage. Shuffle the feet. Another Cal turnover. And we'll head to another timeout on the floor. Hansberry back in the game after a brief rest for the Hokies. Hammond just a blur, taking it coast to coast, ran into his own man and it disrupted him.
How many times have we seen from both teams just not able to finish at the rim?
Pippen using that screen. Camden, the former Hokie, trying to get free. Pippen got the defender to leave his feet. Ben Hammond fouls him, and Justin Pippen will go back to the line.
How about Pippen? He's only 4 for 13 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3, but he continues to play. He continues to be aggressive. He's so crafty with the ball in his hands. Pump fakes, being able to get Hammond up in the air and draw the foul. An opportunity at the free throw line.
He's got 1 3-pointer today. He's working on a streak of 9 straight games in which he's knocked down at least 2 threes. Last season, played 28 games off the bench for Michigan. They won the Big Ten championship, went to the Sweet 16. Much more prominent role this season in Cal. And is that going against Bell? It is. That's going against Bell. And Cal is in the penalty. It's the 3rd foul against Chris Bell, and we're going to walk all the way to the other end of the floor. And Virginia Tech is going to shoot free throws now and for the remainder of this game.
And similar to the first half, they were in the bonus pretty early.
Good look here.
I don't know about that one right there, Pat. It looks like Shoot just ran him over. It's a tough break right there for Cal. But now if you're Virginia Tech, 11 minutes left in this first half, there's no reason to settle. You get to the rim every single time, be aggressive, and you'll have opportunities at the foul line.
Lee Dort back in. Dort is playing with 4 fouls. So is Montas Kochinas. The 2 big men for Cal. They're both out on the floor right now, each with 4.
And you know what that means for Virginia Tech. Your next possession down, you go right inside to Hansberry.
Shoot goes 2 for 2, and once again we have a 2-point game.
And for Cal, this guy needs to have the ball in his hands the remainder of the game to make plays or be aggressive scoring the basketball.
Bell trying to get free. He's had a big second half. And this one goes the way of Chris Bell. It's a foul on Shoot. So the 15th foul for the Hokies. It'll be an inbound for Cal. Second foul against Shoot. Here's the starting backcourt. Justin Pippen, Dai Dai Ames. This year they average a combined 32 points a game. Ames left free, and that's a big one.
We talked about Pippen, but we can't forget about Ames. And man, he does such a great job of creating space off of that dribble. That crossover is lethal.
His second three-pointer of the night. He's got 14 points. And he has become a very good three-point shooter this season. Prolific from downtown. Double team at Hansberry.
Virginia Tech, you have to cut right off of that double team.
Baseline jumper for Hammond. Dort the box out.
Hansberry caught the ball too far away from the rim.
Ames loses the handle. And a whistle at the end of that play.
Foul's called on Virginia Tech's number 3, Ben Hammond.
It's against Ben Hammond, his third. It's the 6th team foul, so starting with the next foul, Cal will be shooting free throws.
Hey, Pat, how about Dai Dai Ames? That left to right crossover is unreal. Creating space and right there. It's just him being aggressive. Causing Hammond to follow.
That's a hook right there. Pippen hooked the defender, and that's an offensive foul against Justin Pippen, his third.
Yeah, that's obvious right there. If it wouldn't have been, Hammond would have got called for that tug on the back of his jersey.
One action leads to another. Cal turns it over. Hansberry left free, step behind the line, and he cans it.
You know what? I just love the confidence from this guy. He's not having the best game. You would think he wants to go inside, but he's that wide open. Shoot the ball, young man.
Coachiness has it poked away, gets it back. Bit of an indecisive possession here for Cal. So Ames takes matters into his own hands.
That's what you call a grown man drive. How about him putting that left shoulder into his chest and just getting to the rim, finishing on the other side.
Coachiness with those 4 fouls, runs at Hammond. Bedford trying to get free, working on Pippen. Goes around him, and a tough finish inside.
And that's what really Bedford excels at. Attacking the rim, getting to the basket, and he's pretty crafty with his finishes around the rim.
Back and forth we go in Blacksburg. Backdoor, Pippen, too strong.
Great pass by Dort.
Bedford driving baseline, blocked from behind by Bell. Gerdak gets it back inside, and he is fouled.
If you're Hansberry, you just want to keep being aggressive, and if you're that wide open, shoot the ball. Eventually, it's going to drop. And Dai Dai Ames, grown man, put the shoulder in your chest. Finish at the rim.
And here's that last play. Bell the block from behind, but Montes Coachiness called for the foul, and that is number 5. So Mark Madsen has been rotating these 3 big men. One of them is now out for the remainder of the game, Coachiness. Lee Dort is still out there with 4 fouls. And for now, John Camden will replace Coachiness.
Pat, I tell you what, Coach Madsen he's had a great game plan this whole game. And those 2 bigs, I mean, those guys have been doing a great job being physical on the boards. But, you know, right there, Bedford, again, doing a great job being aggressive, drawing the defense, and it allows Gerdak to be able to get to the offensive glass.
6'10", 260 from Charlestown, West Virginia. With 8:21 to go, a chance to tie. And once again, we are tied at 58. Gerdak takes a seat. Tobi Lawal back in.
Durdak looks like he's from West Virginia. He's that big country West Virginia body.
Country strong. Carr up top, Camden. Ames again.
Get some off-the-ball movement if you're Cal.
Looking to set up Abdallah, spins away from him, and another tough finish for Dai Dai Ames.
Well, if you're Dai Dai Ames, give me the ball and let me cook. Spin cycle, finishing back with the strong hand.
Virginia Tech keeps coming back. They haven't been able to get over the hump. Dai Dai Ames, meanwhile, scored the last 7 for Cal.
You got to see Lawal right there. You got to get closer to the rim, though, if you're Tobi.
Ames trying to hold his ground. Bedford for the lead. Offensive rebound, Lawal. Off that power dribble, has it knocked away. Loose, Dort to the floor. Trying to corral it, it's batted out of bounds off of Virginia Tech. The effort on both sides, befitting of a 2-point game right now. It's Cal. Now in the last sequence before the timeout, they determined that Cal did have possession, so they only have 8 seconds to get this ball over midcourt, and they do it easily. Here's the freshman T.T. Carr from Mill Valley, California. Elich, backdoor, lost his man, and Carr found him.
That was kind of a slow progressing play right there. Virginia Tech could have had the weak side help and come over and at least try to get in the way of Milos right there, but great job recognizing that back door by T.T. Carr.
That's a crowd quieter there. Bedford off the mark, another rebound for Carr. He's been good today.
And again, Pat, we talked about Virginia Tech is in the bonus the rest of this half. You don't need to settle for those shots.
Elich, the only big out there now for Cal. Lob to him, and he finishes back-to-back possessions. Timeout Virginia Tech, a 6-0 run for Cal, and they're back up by that amount.
He's not just a scorer, he's a playmaker as well.
Mike Young looking to regroup the troops. He's done it several times.
Close out, knowing that you're in the bonus, being ready for the contact, draws the foul opportunity at the free throw line.
Big free throws coming up here. Amani Hansberry, 16 points and 9 rebounds a game this season. That puts him into double figures with 10 points. He's got 8 double-doubles this year, including his last 4 games. Justin Pippen back in.
Only 5 rebounds tonight for Hansberry and only 6 shot attempts. Cal's done a great job of pushing him away from the basket. This last 6 minutes, he has to look to get the ball inside that free throw line area and be aggressive.
Last 2 trips, they went to Elich. He has the ball again. Looking for Ames. Elich rolling to the basket. This time Ames keeps it, and it's blocked by Hansberry. Numbers as Ames hit the deck. 5-on-4. Hammond down the lane. Less than 6 minutes to play.
Hansberry has to flash into that. Give it to him right now. There it is. And then you got to cut off that double.
Ball movement. Shoot. Hammond straight on. Lawal inside, and he finishes.
You know how hard it is just to go vertical off of the bump and dunk the basketball? This guy is a special, special athlete.
They welcomed Tobi Lawal back this week. A little overzealous there, the reach-in against John Camden. 3rd foul against Lawal.
And this guy right here, just off the bump and then vertical dunking the basketball. He's one of the most gifted athletes that we saw and I've seen in a long, long time.
He's made, I would say, at least half a dozen plays today that you're just not used to seeing.
Again, I'm going to round up. If you have a 50-inch vertical, you're up in that air for a while and you're able to do things that most people can't.
John Camden misses the front end of the 1-and-1. He's still scoreless, perhaps pressing a little. Spent 2 seasons here in a Virginia Tech uniform earlier in his career. Abdallah's cut off, Hansberry, and we're tied again.
And that's what you have to do if you're Hansberry. Look to get into that area, and then once you get the ball right there, you're too strong. Just go up and finish.
6-0 Tech run out of the Mike Young timeout. And there's an offensive foul, and that's number 5 on Lee Dort. That will send the Cal big man to the bench for the remainder of the afternoon with 4:52 to play in a tie game.
That's a big foul call right there. And the way this game has been called, it's a little acting job by Shoot right there, but Dort might have been put that shoulder in a little bit, but Shoot selling it a little bit. And they're getting the call, and that's a huge foul call. Lee Dort has been exceptional for Cal tonight.
He goes to the bench. His afternoon finished with 10 points and 7 rebounds. And now Mark Madsen will use one of his remaining timeouts.
As well as Cal has played, they're right here, and right here on this set, they need to look for Hansberry at the free throw line area and be aggressive at the rim.
Lawal, they go to him. Remember, Cal now very thin along the front line. Their top 2 big men fouled out. Dallas around Pippen. What a move that was. The first lead for Virginia Tech since it was 16-15.
And you know what's so great about Dallas is he's never sped up. He plays at his own pace. He knows how to use his body. Gets you leaning one way, spins to the other, and finishes with the right hand.
What does Cal try to do to answer? Well, they put it in the hands of Dai Dai Ames for the bucket and one.
And how about Pippen and Ames playing off of each other? Great job keeping his eyes up. How about Dallas? Just a great job getting Pippen leaning and then using his body, protecting the ball, finishing, and then, excuse me, I said it was Pippen, but it was Milos. And Cal's bigs are doing a great job distributing the basketball, and Ames has been great finishing at the rim. Opportunity for a three-point play.
It's also the 4th foul against Tobi Lawal. He goes to the bench. And Ames puts Cal back on top.
This is ACC basketball right here. Physical, back and forth. We'd love to see it.
Hammond trying to penetrate that defense. Hansberry just looking to drive. Underneath feed. Reverse layup is good. Christian Gerdak.
Oh, the awareness off the spin by Hansberry to see Gerdak. Great pass by the big fella.
Point, counterpoint here in the second half. Pippen can't answer that time. Loose ball.
Great decision right there, Dallas. Slow it down, get in your set. Get something close to the rim if you're Virginia Tech.
They operate through Hammond. Gerdak has it knocked out of his hands. It's a foul against Justin Pippen. And that is number 4 on the Cal point guard. A 1-point game.
Coach Mark Maxson about rebounding the basketball and being physical, and Virginia Tech on the other side has been doing a great job of just staying there the whole game and not getting rattled by Cal.
There's the foul trouble. The physical play certainly having a hand in this. The 2 big men out. Pippen 4 fouls, Bell 3. And how about the freshman Christian Gerdak? Down the stretch. Big buckets, big free throws for Tech. They're on a 12-3 run.
Well, Pat, it's just a West Virginia thing. That's all it is.
Backdoor, Bell. Good body control there. Good.
We saw that probably about 3 or 4 times. 2 from Milos and Bell.
Cross-court pass from Hansberry. Hammond trying to split the defenders. Shoot. They'd love to get him a look. Shot clock now down to 6. Hammond around Camden, has it taken away by Pippen. No numbers. Pippen's gonna Do a little give and go. Fires the three. No good. Hansberry the rebound.
And you don't really need a three at this point. You're in the bonus. You can play off the handoff and turn the corner and attack the basket.
If you're here for the start of North Carolina Wake Forest, we'll get you there right at the end of this. In the meantime, you can watch it on ACC and Extra. 2 minutes and change to go here in Blacksburg. Abdallah switching to that right hand. That's a move right there.
Well, how about Abdallah getting the switch, getting the mismatch that he wanted, long crossover, and then inside hand finish on the left side? It's a pro move.
Here's Ames. He's been good in the second half with 14 of his 21. Under 2 minutes to play. Elich sets that high screen. Ames finds him, but he couldn't handle it. A whistle at the end of the play against the Hokies. Against Amani Hansberry. His fourth.
And it's a tough call. But if you're Virginia Tech, if you're Hansberry, you got to be there a little bit earlier. Well, he was there, but he left his feet, and that's where the foul got called, right when he left his feet.
So the foul is against Hansberry. It's his third, not his fourth. And that's an important distinction with 1:37 to go in the second half. It's a 1-and-1 though. Elich hits the first one, and that's big.
Pat, both of these teams from the free throw line tonight. Only missed 2 as a team, each team.
Yeah, a lot more attempts for Virginia Tech. No surprise with all the fouls by Cal. Elich is second, smooth as well. It's a 1-point game again, a little more than 1.5 minutes to go.
Those aren't easy free throws to make right there either.
Hammond's got to get it over the midcourt line. He has 3 seconds to do so.
Again, you don't want to settle if you're Virginia Tech. You want to get something going to the basket.
Tech hasn't played from in front for much of this game. Shovel pass inside. Lawal, the finish.
Oh, what about that handle right there by Hammond? In and out, crossover, and then dropping it for the finish. That was impressive right there.
Big plays on both ends down the stretch. Virginia Tech.
Find your hip and be aggressive to the rim.
Here we go. 3-point game coming up on 1 minute to play. Ames underneath. Elich wide open. And a late whistle. Abdallah thought he had the call. He wants Mike Young to challenge. Not sure if he's inclined to do so right now. Young doesn't agree with the call. And Milos Elich goes to the line.
Well, again, Ames was a little bit late on the pass even, and Abdallah, he was late coming over from the weak side. They were going to call that foul when Cal had the advantage. Abdallah has to do a better job of coming over earlier.
So Elich, big free throws again here down the stretch. DJ Campbell just checked back in for Cal.
Yeah, how about Elich? 10 points, 4 rebounds, and Mark Madsen told us, hey, we're going to play 2 bigs. We need those guys to be able to make an impact, and they have answered the call and then some.
He's the last big man standing. Minute to go. Hokies nursing a 1-point lead. Crowd starts to rise to its feet here in Blacksburg. A game, in the scheme of things in the ACC, both teams really need. Hammond, crossover dribble again, loses it. Taken by Ames. Numbers if they hurry. Ames slows it up. Now it's Cal's turn to take the lead. Madsen calls timeout with 37 seconds to go. That is Cal's final timeout.
Hammond's done a good job of getting in there and being crafty, but you got to be in making sure Pippen or Ames gets open so they can have an opportunity to get into their set and get downhill.
Camden's the inbounder. They have to get it in and do. There's about a 14-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Virginia Tech has played 4 consecutive one-possession games. Here's another one. Ames gets free, comes up short. Elich the rebound. Bell passes up the 3, mid-range, no. Loose ball taken by Hansberry, shot clock off, and he's fouled.
Pat, they got what they wanted. They got Ames in an ISO situation, and he had a clean shot. It looks like he just lost the ball, but they still had an opportunity with Chris Bell in the mid-range, and they got what they want. Ames is great defense by Hammond. Ames, he's always going to find a way, and just shorted it right there. Another opportunity, but Chris Bell just couldn't take advantage of it in the mid-range shot. Virginia Tech, they have to be able to knock down these free throws.
How about the defense by Hansberry getting his arm extended on the Ames attempt? Did that affect him at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if it's any hand, any type of adversity from the defense is going to alter the shot or make it a tougher shot. So Hansberry, great job of not giving up defensively on that play.
2-point game, one more free throw for Hansberry. The foul was against Camden. He's got 3. Remember, no timeouts for Cal. Virginia Tech does have 1.
Both teams have been so impressive.
We play it out. Shot clock is off. 3-point game. Do they foul or will they get a 3-pointer off? Pippen quickly into the front court. Camden puts it on the floor to the basket. No, but he draws a foul. 8.4 seconds to go. That's number 5 on Tobi Lawal. So his game is finished. Camden with 2 big free throws coming, with Cal down by 3.
But I like Camden's mindset. Even though they're down 3, he doesn't settle and he's just aggressive to the rim. They have enough time if they knock down these free throws to try to get a steal. If they don't get a steal, obviously they got a foul right away, but they'll have another opportunity at a possession to close this game out.
Tobi Lawal's second game back after missing nearly a month. 10 points and 7 rebounds. 2 free throws for the former Hokie. Camden, first one is good. That's his first point of the game.
You know what type of mindset you have to have having 0 points?
Does he try to miss this or do you make it? We'll see. Makes them both. 1-point game. Dorsey in, Camden out. Remember, 1 timeout, Virginia Tech, none for Cal.
Well, you try to go for the steal initial, and if you can't get it, you have to foul right away.
Hansberry inbounds. Shoot, has it. Clock ticks, and they foul him. 6.7 to go. Foul given by Nolan Dorsey. Jaden Shoot, a good free throw shooter. He's 4 for 4 today. He'll make that long walk from end to end to shoot 2. Both teams have shot very well from the line. Second half, Tech is 13 for 14.
And if you're Tech, this is the guy who you want to shoot free throws.
And the first one, short.
Was that my fault?
That was not your fault. I don't believe in it. So offense, defense, substitutions for Mark Madsen. Remember the other night in that loss to Stanford, Tech missed a late free throw that would have put them up by 3. Now this one is to make it a 2-point game. Got it. No timeouts. For Cal, timeout Virginia Tech, their last, to set up their defense for Cal's game-tying or game-winning attempt.
This is tough going full court, but you got to get Dai Dai Ames on the run, let him get into his stride, and then...
So both teams out of timeouts. 2-point Virginia Tech lead.
Switching everything if I'm Virginia Tech. I can't get caught in the screen.
Camden looking for Ames, and he threw it away. A miscommunication between John Camden and Dai Dai Ames. He throws the ball away on the baseline. Still 4.5 seconds to go. So now Mark Madsen sends in his defensive unit, and they're going to have to foul right away.
And that's the worst thing that can happen if you're Cal, to not get any opportunity at a look, and now you got to foul right away if you're Cal, and hope that Virginia Tech misses some free throws.
Well, first you have to foul. Dallas will inbound. They're instructing the Virginia Tech bench to sit down. Dallas has to find someone, no timeouts, and Bedford is fouled by Dorsey. I think Bedford's momentum was taking him a little bit away from that. So Dorsey gives the foul. He's got 4 for what it's worth. And he needs to stay on the floor. The substitutions have to come in between the 2 free throws. So Bedford can essentially end it here by hitting 2 free throws.
100%. You just got to go to the free throw line and knock down 2, and you win this basketball game.
63% on the season. And that leaves the door open for Cal.
Pat, those free throws aren't the same as when you're shooting them in the first half and you have 3 seconds left in the game and trying to seal the deal.
So 3.6 seconds to go. You have Pippen and Bell at midcourt for Cal. Remember, they don't have a timeout. So on a miss, they have to grab the rebound quickly and throw an outlet. There's some confusion here over who's supposed to be in the game for Cal. DJ Campbell goes to the bench, and here's the second attempt for Bedford. And that makes it a 3-point game.
Cal has to get it somewhere near half court on the run, and hopefully they get a clean opportunity at the basket.
Camden will inbound. He can run the baseline. Camden, the length of the floor. Elich catches. Pippen, a look off the back of the rim. You couldn't ask for a better look. You couldn't ask for a better game, and Virginia Tech survives here at home.
I tell you what, both of these teams battled from start to finish. I mean, Pat, you said it. You couldn't have got a better look if you drew it up, and Pippen had an opportunity to tie the game, but Virginia Tech, they deserve this win right here, Pat.
Fantastic game. An early 11-point lead for Cal. Virginia Tech comes back again in the second half, and they win a big one at home, 78-75. So for Eric Devendorf, I'm Pat O'Keefe saying so long from Blacksburg, where, again, our final score, Virginia Tech 78 and Cal 75. We now send you to the Dean Smith Center for Wake Forest at UNC men's basketball. Wes Durham and Dennis Scott have the call.